Hi and welcome to Magic Lantern DVD Guides, how to take great photos with your digital SLR. You know, the best thing about a digital SLR is that it combines the artistic controls found in a traditional 35mm film camera with the convenience of a digital recording format. It's the best of both worlds. Point-and-shoot digital cameras might be fine for snapshots, but serious photography requires nothing less than an SLR. Since you're watching this DVD, I'll bet I can make a couple of assumptions about you. You've already got a digital SLR and you want to learn how to take better pictures with it. Well, that's exactly what I'm here to help you do. And fortunately, to be a successful photographer, all you really need is some basic equipment and a desire to learn how to use it. It's not necessary to have the latest, greatest camera that money can buy, a dozen different lenses, or lots of accessories. Being a good photographer isn't about how much equipment you own, it's about knowing how to use it. Becoming a great photographer will come about mostly from experience, but the first step is to learn the basic concepts of photography. The good news is that digital photography makes learning much easier and less expensive than it was in the old days of film, because once you've bought your camera, digital is virtually free. There's no film to buy, no processing cost, and best of all, you can see the results instantly when you take a picture. So you have the chance to fix mistakes or experiment with something new. It's interesting to note that most of the concepts and techniques we're going to talk about today are timeless. They were as relevant 50 years ago as they will be 50 years from now. Digital image sensors may have replaced the film in our cameras, but that hasn't changed the basics of photography. So, what are we going to do in this workshop? First, we're going to talk about the many advantages that SLRs offer over other digital cameras. Second, we're going to take a look at a few different lenses. You've got to start thinking of your SLR as two machines in one. The first part is the camera body itself, and the other is the lens. Third, we'll tackle the hardest part of photography for some people to grasp, and that's exposure. Getting the exposure right is critical to good photography. But more importantly, and less obvious to beginners, is that different exposure settings can make big creative differences in how your final pictures look. Fourth, we'll talk about the importance of getting the focus perfect and how to do it. Fifth, we'll discuss the different options your camera offers for quality settings. Sixth, we'll take a look at white balance. Seventh, I'll have some tips for getting better results with your camera's built-in flash. And finally, we'll talk about good composition. So we've got an awful lot of ground to cover, and we'll be moving quickly. I suggest that you watch this DVD all the way through once before trying to put any of my advice into practice, and then watch it again a few weeks from now. Certain parts will make a lot more sense after you've had more experience shooting. So let's get started.